Hello everyone, welcome back to Iron Sentinel, where we bring you the most shocking revelations of modern warfare and the hidden realities behind global conflict. The news emerging from Israel has left both its allies and enemies in disbelief. One of Israel's most crucial naval command centers, a facility believed to be impenetrable, has been reduced to ruins in a coordinated assault carried out by a Middle East alliance that has quietly but steadily been building its strength. The entire operation unfolded with such precision and devastating force that many military analysts are calling it a turning point in the regional balance of power. Israel, long seen as the untouchable military power of the Middle East, has now suffered a blow so direct, so symbolic, and so catastrophic that it has shaken the very foundation of its defense doctrine. What we are witnessing is not just the destruction of a single facility, but a message to the world that the era of absolute superiority is over, and that even the most fortified strongholds can crumble when challenged by collective force. The exterior of the Naval Command Center once told a story of invulnerability. Rising from the Mediterranean coast, it stood as a concrete fortress carved into the landscape. Its reinforced walls thicker than any standard military installation, its radar domes reaching skyward like silent guardians. From a distance, the compound looked indestructible with blast-proof fencing, electronic jammers, and advanced missile defense batteries protecting it day and night. Its design was more than architecture. It was a projection of power, carefully engineered to deter attacks simply through its imposing presence. Yet now, as smoke billows from broken towers and jagged walls slump against the earth, the exterior has been reduced to the very image of vulnerability. The powerful impression of unbreakable strength has been erased in a single night, replaced by the grim reality that walls and concrete mean little against precision, guided munitions launched with perfect coordination. The shattered remains are not just ruins of concrete and steel, they are ruins of the myth that Israel's coastal defenses could not be touched. Inside the command center was a hive of activity, a futuristic brain built to manage one of the most advanced naval fleets in the world. The interior was lined with glowing screens, real-time radar displays, encrypted communications hubs, and deep underground bunkers housing backup systems. Operators sat at rows of consoles linked to Israel's naval vessels patrolling the Mediterranean, coordinating submarine deployments and tracking every foreign ship within hundreds of kilometers. Yet in the strike, this gleaming hub was silenced almost instantly. The missile impacts triggered power failures. Backup generators sputtered and failed under repeated hits, and within minutes the once bustling nerve center was reduced to silence. The design had always assumed redundancy would save operations, but the attackers understood that by taking out critical nodes in sequence, the entire interior would collapse like dominoes. What was once an impressive technological fortress became nothing more than a darkened shell, proving that even the most advanced interiors collapse when hit with overwhelming force. Performance has always been the benchmark of Israel's naval command, but in this attack, it was the measure by which it failed most dramatically. The Middle East alliance, an informal but deadly coalition of Yemen, Iran, Egypt, and Qatar, launched a multi-layered assault that Israel's systems simply could not handle. From Yemen came medium and long-range ballistic missiles designed to overwhelm defenses with sheer volume. From Iran came swarms of kamikaze drones, darting low and fast, slipping between radar blind spots and striking with pinpoint accuracy. Egyptian signals intelligence played a hidden but decisive role, jamming Israel's early warning systems and intercepting communications. Meanwhile, Qatari cyber units allegedly disrupted satellite uplinks, sowing confusion across Israel's command networks. This was not one attack, but a storm of perfectly timed strikes, a symphony of war where every instrument played its part with brutal efficiency. Israel's performance under this kind of pressure revealed how unprepared it was. Its air defense batteries tried to respond, but were overwhelmed. Its naval radar screens went blank under electronic interference. Its commanders tried to issue orders, but found communications jammed. In real combat, the performance of Israel's coastal defenses was exposed as brittle, untested against the kind of multi-front coordination that the alliance unleashed. The base, which had been built to symbolize dominance, collapsed in less than an hour of sustained assault. The supposed safety features of the command center were another myth shattered in fire and smoke. Engineers had boasted that the base could survive direct bombardment with blast doors sealing compartments, nuclear assistant chambers protecting leadership staff, and evacuation tunnels stretching deep beneath the coastline. But when the attack came, those features failed one by one. Precision strikes targeted the ventilation shafts and structural supports of the tunnels, causing collapses that trapped dozens underground. Blast doors sealed. But when secondary explosions rocked the facility, they warped and jammed, turning secure compartments into death traps. Fires spread through corridors that were supposed to be compartmentalized, revealing flaws in design and maintenance. Emergency systems meant to suppress explosions were destroyed in the initial barrage, leaving crews helpless against spreading flames. In the end, the safety features only prolonged the suffering as personnel found themselves sealed in or cut off from escape. The very structures designed to ensure survival became cruel instruments of destruction, showing that paper guarantees of safety mean nothing when adversaries plan specifically to exploit hidden weaknesses. For years, Israel had advertised the unique selling points of this command center as proof of its maritime superiority. The base was integrated with satellite surveillance, giving it eyes across the entire eastern Mediterranean. Its AI-assisted decision support systems were meant to guide human commanders in real time, processing vast amounts of data faster than any rival could. The sonar arrays linked through the command hub could detect submarine movements hundreds of kilometers away, while radar coverage provided overlapping defense against air and sea incursions. These features were meant to make Israel's navy not just powerful but untouchable. Yet in reality, these unique selling points became vulnerabilities. When satellites were jammed, the AI systems were blind. When uplinks failed, the decision tools became useless. When cyber interference cut communications, the base's very strength, its role as a unified command hub, became its fatal weakness. Because when that hub went dark, the entire fleet was left directionless. Warships off the coast received no instructions. Submarines lost coordination and the tightly wound machinery of naval warfare ground to a halt. Israel's most advanced systems became the very reason for its failure, proving that centralization of power is only an advantage until the moment the center collapses. The price of this strike cannot be measured simply in financial terms, though those are staggering. Billions of dollars invested in infrastructure, radar systems, satellite links, and cutting-edge AI were wiped out in a matter of minutes. The facility alone represented one of the largest single investments in Israel's defense modernization, and its destruction will take years and enormous resources to replace. But beyond money, the price is strategic and psychological. For Israel's military, the strike is a wound to its sense of invulnerability, a reminder that even the most advanced technologies cannot guarantee safety. For its citizens, the destruction is a terrifying message that no fortress is beyond reach. For its allies, especially the United States and European partners, the strike is a sobering lesson that their military aid and technology transfers may not be enough to maintain Israel's edge. And for Israel's adversaries, the strike is a triumphant declaration that the myth of Israeli invincibility has been broken. The price is also geopolitical. Nations once afraid to act against Israel now see that coordinated alliances can achieve results that once seemed impossible. The balance of deterrence has shifted, and with it the entire strategic map of the Middle East. The conclusion is as shocking as it is unavoidable. The flattening of Israel's naval command center is not just the story of one base reduced to rubble, it is a story of shifting power, of the rise of alliances, of the vulnerability of even the most advanced militaries when they underestimate their adversaries. The exterior that once looked unbreakable is now shattered. The interior that buzzed with technology lies silent. The performance under fire collapsed in real time. The safety features failed at their most critical moment. The unique selling points became liabilities instead of strength. And the price paid in money, in reputation, in strategic balance is incalculable. For Israel, the road ahead is uncertain. Rebuilding will take years, but restoring the aura of dominance may be impossible. For the Middle East alliance, the strike is proof of concept, a demonstration that collective action can challenge even the most fortified power. And for the world, the message is chilling. The age of unilateral superiority is over, and the wars of tomorrow will be decided not by who has the best technology but by who can coordinate, adapt, and strike where it matters most. The ruins of the Naval Command Center are not just a scar on Israel's coastline. They are a symbol of a new era of warfare, one in which no fortress is safe and no power, no matter how strong, can wrest